momentum, and obviously you didn't get that, what you wanted. So now what's the?
Now it's just let's get back to playing as good basketball as we can get. Obviously, the last 2 games were not our best basketball. You'd like to be playing your best basketball. Come SEC tournament, we weren't. Obviously, there's numerous reasons. I think Petty being back's great. He just wasn't. We were hoping he'd be close to 100%. He's looked much better in practice days. He's hitting threes in practice. So hopefully he looks a lot better on Thursday than he did on Saturday. I think that coupled with the fact that we just didn't, for whatever reason, we just didn't handle Missouri's defense great. And I thought our offense, that was the worst our offense has been all year. I felt like our guys probably got, not probably, because they did, they hung in there for 30 minutes. We were up 37-34 with under 10 minutes to go, and then we just kind of let our offensive woes kind of finally get to us, and we kind of collapsed on defense there. But, we kind of flushed that one. Let's move on. There's been plenty of people that have lost their last game or 2, went in, won a conference tournament, play well, get it back together. If you look at the tournament seeding, Kentucky's won. We got them on the road, and it was a 1 or 2 possession game with a minute to go. We beat the 2, 3, and 4 seeds, right? Auburn, LSU, Mississippi State. Florida's a 5. We're up 21 at their place, and lost in double overtime. So we've really proven we can play with the top teams in this league. So we just got to go in, get back playing our best basketball. I think the guys' mindset's been right. Got to get confidence back, shooting the ball, get the ball moving a little bit more on offense, and see if we can't make some noise here in Nashville.
Now, how has the season been for you personally? You're a very competitive guy, and you're not used to kind of some of the up and down struggles this team has had. How have you dealt with that personally?
We didn't think we were going to. We lost 4 games last year, Buffalo, and I think 9 the year before that. So 13 total. I think we hit that loss total a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago around here. But it's been frustrating. Don't like losing, but also realize you control what you can control, and can't control some of the injuries and stuff that's happened. Just keep coming in, trying to get better every day. I think we've got some good kids that have bought into trying to get better, and really that's where we're at. It is frustrating. The last 2 losses really have been frustrating, just because I felt like if we'd have gotten the effort that we feel like we need, they probably don't end up the way they end up. So, it's a work in progress. We knew it would be a work in progress when we started. We made some really good progress through the course of the year, and then whether it's injuries or just the length of the season, guys getting fatigued, whatever it is, haven't necessarily played as well lately as we did there for a minute, but we're doing all right. We're just keep grinding, getting better, getting in the gym.
What about dealing with kind of the outside factors? Your daughter went on social media. This new one's kind of come out. Just what are your thoughts on that, and the fact that your 15-year-old daughter felt the need to defend the family a little bit?
You know what? So I personally just get locked into figuring out how to beat the next team, and really get into that now. She's on a travel volleyball team out of Hoover that played up in Louisville, so they got a 6-hour ride home on the team van, bus, whatever they're on, and she's 15 and all over social media. I'm sure she saw some tweets from and here's the other thing. So we're at Alabama now. There's a big fan base. So I think, again, the people that I talk to, that are at the games, they seem like they're pretty happy with where this thing's going. Nobody's happy with the results we've had in the last 2 games. I'm as irritated and frustrated as anybody. So for the fans to be frustrated is one thing, but for them to say what they said, whoever the irresponsible fans were, it is what it is. I tried to explain. So she tweets it. People bring it to my attention. I see it. At the end of the day, it's not the worst thing. I explained to her, listen, some of these people have no followers. Who cares? They're probably not even real people. They're a fake account. Who cares? There's perks to having this job, and there's downfalls. You got to deal with idiots. when you respond to idiots, you actually give them some credence, like somebody's paying attention. Just don't pay attention to them. Like, I thought her actual tweet was good. We love it here. My wife loves it here. My kids like it here. Shoot, it's up in the 70s today. My daughter's out doing cartwheels in the front lawn, this weekend. We didn't get to do that where we were before. We enjoy it here. So whoever happened to say that we don't, they got bad info. It's an idiotic statement, and it shouldn't have been made. And 15-year-old girl, I don't mind. She sticks up for the family, but we also told her you're going to have to ignore some idiots with your dad being in the job he's in. So that's that. Hopefully she ignores the idiots from now on.
Are there any extra precautions being taken with the coronavirus and traveling and whatnot?
Yeah, I asked Aaron not to speak to you guys today because I was a little worried with all the travel you guys do, and he opted to make me. So hopefully you guys are all clean and use the hand sanitizer we put up over there. But administration sent out a few emails. Clark's all on top of they're on top. Anytime anything comes up, flu bug, they do all that stuff. I guess pack a few more bottles of, Purell, whatever. That's the stock market may be in flux. There's a few stocks people should have invested in a couple of weeks ago, but that being one of them. But look, I'm doing whatever Clark tells me to do as the head coach. I don't have a whole lot of say in any of that stuff. I'm going to follow the medical staff's instructions and do what I can on that end.
You've talked a lot recently about how Kyra's playing his best basketball. How good is it to see him get awarded by the AP and the coaches and the all SEC team?
I thought it was great. He's playing like first team all SEC player, so it's great for him to get rewarded for it. I think his work ethics warranted his play, which I think everybody in this program, it's good for them to see. One of the hardest working kids. He's in the gym all the time. He's a gym rat. It means a lot to him. Well, that stuff gets rewarded. Like, you play hard. I think it's great to see Petty too. He came in with a different mindset this year, played hard every night out. He gets rewarded. Herb plays through. A lot of guys would have packed it in for the year. Well, if he would have packed it in for the year, he doesn't get all defensive team. If he doesn't go out and do it against LSU, he probably doesn't make that team. So I think a lot of stuff to be said, and then obviously Shackelford had an unbelievable year for a freshman. He certainly deserved that. I think we could have predicted that about a month and a half ago, I think. But I think, for those four guys to get rewarded with the awards they got is great. It's good for the program. Good to see we've got some good players in here, and really those are four of the guys that have kind of taken what we're trying to, Petty was playing a lot harder than he had, and Kyra and Shaq being in the gym all the time, her kind of embracing the whole blue collar thing. That's got some guys that are embracing what our culture's trying to be around here.
Anything else, guys?
What has that been trying to instill culture? People say, coaches say it all the time, but it's not as easy as just kind of laying some words on the wall.
No, it's very true. Go look at every new head coach's press conference. They all talk about culture, and they all say they're going to play fast. So we actually did play fast. So go look at some of the rest of them that said it. But when the culture is a little bit different. You can measure tempo and all that. When we talk about culture, like, we have a culture playbook that we did the whole thing in the summer, the retreat we did, everything. Arnie's job is basically to help build the culture here. Like, a lot of it's individual meetings, a lot of it's, the culture is what's expected in the program, what happens on a daily basis in the program. If you're not giving max effort on a daily basis, it's not the culture we want. We're trying to build that. We need guys that want to be in the gym. We want guys that love the game of basketball, that want to be in the gym all the time on their own, that give us everything they got, every practice, every game, and that are great people. I don't want people in the program that you don't want to be around. If I'm not comfortable with my daughters being around them, they probably don't need to be in the program. So there's a lot of different things that go into the culture building, character, work ethic, attitude, all of it. And we're preaching it on a daily basis. Was it where we wanted it when we walked in? No, that's a big reason why I'm here. But is it where we want it now? No. Has it come a long ways? Yeah. Like, I would say the people that are in the program that aren't necessarily even coaches, just that touch the program on a daily basis, like where it's at a whole lot more now than it was maybe 10, 11 months ago, even 5, 6 months ago. But we got a long ways to go yet. So we'll keep building it. We'll keep working on it. Didn't happen overnight. When I walked in with Coach Hurley at Buffalo, it wasn't anywhere where we wanted it at that time. And by the time I left, a year or so ago, it was almost, I don't want to say running itself. You still have to monitor it every day, but we had some pretty high character kids, and the culture was pretty strong there 6 years later.
Yes, I had a question about the game.
Yeah.
First game really struggled in the second half with 12% of Pons.
Yep.
They went big. You'd had a 14-point lead in the first half. Lost some of it in the first half.
Yep.
But the matchups with their two bigs, how do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were up 39-24 late in the first half. I think we were up 15, and then second half they came out. They rebounded 56% of their misses, so they killed us on the glass the second half. Like our whole defensive efficiency and points per possession went out the window. They were big. We didn't have Herb at the time, so we were playing Petty a lot at the 4. They took advantage of that with Pons. I mean, Pons got Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, I think the leading shot blocker in the league. I think he's the best athlete in the league. So it was a tough matchup trying to put Petty on him, and then they also were able to get the ball deep and drop it into Fulkerson's good. I mean, he's one of the best bigs in our league. I mean, you look at what they've done over their last 3 games. I mean, they've beat 2 really good teams in this league. So, and he put up big numbers in those games. So we let him get the ball way too easily in spots where he's comfortable with it. And we let Pons ends up with 8 offensive rebounds. He had 14 and 14 against us. So hopefully having Herb back, will help. We can play a little bit bigger and still get what we want offensively. Reese, we need him to start playing better on offense. He's looked really good in practice. He's been in the gym a lot shooting. I think he's frustrated with his play as much as anybody is. So hopefully that changes and we can go with 2 bigs at times to kind of match Pons. But yeah, they kind of manhandled us in the second half after we kind of had our way with them through about the first 17, 18 minutes of that game. So we need to come out, play well on both sides of the ball, and we need to rebound the ball. We can't give up as many offensive boards as we did in the second half against them.